Today, I'm going to share a little of the writings of a philosopher from the early 20th century who was very important and influential in his thought in helping African nations free themselves from the yoke of European colonialism from the 1950s and afterwards. His name is Frantz Fanon. He was born in the French colony of Martinique, of parents who were of the black bourgeoisie. So he led a good, privileged life and was educated. But in his teenage years, he was introduced to a new concept, a concept called negritude, by the author and thinker Aimé Césaire. It was an attitude, a new concept that black people could think and deserved respect, and called out the wrongness of racism. Fanon fought in World War II and then stayed in France and experienced racism he'd never known before as he went to school to study psychiatry and medicine. He eventually ended up joining and helping in the Algerian Revolution, and he wrote 4 books before his untimely death from cancer in 1961. His books were Black Skins, White Masks, The Wretched of the Earth, and A Dying Colonialism, and Toward the African Revolution, which was published after his death. Here are quotes from some of his books. Sometimes people hold a core belief that is very strong. When they are presented with evidence that works against that belief, the new evidence cannot be accepted. It will create a feeling that is extremely uncomfortable called cognitive dissonance. And because it is so important to protect the core belief, they will rationalize, ignore, and even deny anything that doesn't fit with the core belief. The oppressed will always believe the worst about themselves. Imperialism leaves behind germs of rot that we must clinically detect and remove from our land, but from our minds as well. For colonized people, the most essential value, because the most concrete, is first and foremost the land which will bring them bread and, above all, dignity. Everything can be explained to the people on the single condition that you want them to understand. Today, I believe in the possibility of love, and that is why I endeavor to trace its imperfections, its perversions. Each generation must, out of relative obscurity, discover its mission, fulfill it, or betray it. Frantz Fanon.